Dear friends, I am Dr. Santosh Desai and I welcome you all to my YouTube channel Desai's Gate Engineering Mathematics. In this video, we will discuss examples on order of matrix, matrix multiplication and transpose of matrix. To solve examples, students should have knowledge of matrix multiplication and transpose of matrix and its properties. To know about matrix multiplication and transpose of matrix, please see video L-01 available on my YouTube channel Desai's Gate Engineering Mathematics. Now we consider the examples. These examples are taken from previous year GATE question papers of various branches. So let us consider first example. Given matrix capital L is equal to first row 2 1, second row 3 2 and third row 4 5 and capital M is equal to first row 3 2, second row 0 1. Then L into M is. Four options are given. Option A, B, C and D. These options are given. Now here we have to find the product of matrices L into M. So let us consider the solution. So it is given that L is a matrix of order 3 by 2 and M is a matrix of order 2 by 2. Then here number of columns in L are equal to number of rows in M. So therefore the product L into M exists and its order is 3 by 2. Now consider the actual product of L into M. So then L into M is equal to these matrices L and M are given and now we find the product L into M. The order of L into M is 3 by 2. Now let us consider the first element of L into M. The first element of Lm is obtained by multiplying elements of first row of L with elements of first column of M and adding we get. That is, first we multiply 2 into 3 we get 6 and then multiply 1 into 0 we will get 0. So the first element of Lm is 6. Now if you observe the options, option B and option D has first element as 6. So therefore this single element is not sufficient to find the correct option. So therefore we go for the next element. Now the next element is calculated by taking product of 2 into 2 we will get 4 and then multiply 1 into 1 we will get 1. So simplifying this we will get 6 5. Now if we observe the options, option B has first row as 6 5. So therefore the correct answer is option B. Now consider the next example. Let A be a matrix of order n and I12 be the matrix obtained by interchanging the first and second column of In. Then A into I12 is such that its first, option A, row is same as its second column. Option B, row is same as second row of A. Option C, column is the same as second column of A. And option D, row is a 0 row. Now here for the solution, consider the product A into I12. Here A is a square matrix of order n. So let us consider capital A is as first row A11, A12 and so on A1n, second row A21, A22 and so on A2n. In this way the last row is AN1, AN2 and so on ANN. Now the matrix I12 is obtained by interchanging first and second row of In. So therefore I12 is first row is 0 1 and so on 0, second row 1 0 and so on 0. Continuing in this way the last row is 0 0 and so on 1. Now we take the product of these two matrices. Now for the first element of matrix A into I12, take the first row of A and first column of I12. Multiply element by element and adding these multiplications we get the first element. So that is we have to multiply A11 into 0, A12 into 1 and so on. We will get first element as A12. Now the second element is obtained as A11 and so on. The last element is A1n. Similarly, to find the second row of A into I12, take second row of A and multiply each column of I into 1 2. So we get the second row of A into I12. So thus we get A22, A21 and so on, A2n. Similarly, we will get A32, A31 and so on, A3n. And continuing in this way, the last row is AN2, AN1 and so on, ANN. Now we consider first option. Now the first option is first row is same as second column. Now the first row of AI12 is A12, A11, A1n. We have to check whether this is same as second column of A into I12. This is not the case. So therefore option A is wrong. Now consider option B. The first row of AI12 is same as second row of A. Again, if you observe these two, again these two are not equal. So therefore option B is also wrong. Now consider option C. The first column of A into I12 is same as second column of A. And if you observe these, we will get these two are equal. So therefore option C is the correct answer. Now consider next one. For matrices of same dimensions M, N and scalar C, which one of these properties does not always holds? Options are given. First option is M transpose is equal to M. Then in bracket CM transpose is equal to C into M transpose. Option C, M plus N transpose is equal to M transpose plus N transpose. And option D, M into N is equal to N into M. Now here we have to find the option which is not always hold. Now if one can check option A, B and C, these are the properties of transpose of matrices and these properties are always holds. And we know that matrix multiplication is not commutative always. So therefore Mn is equal to Nm is the wrong one. So therefore the property which does not hold always is option D. And therefore the correct answer is option D. Now consider next one more example. What is the minimum number of multiplications involved in computing the matrix product PQR? Matrix P has 4 rows and 2 columns. Matrix Q has 2 rows and 4 columns. And matrix R has 4 rows and 1 column. Here the options are not given. So first we will find number of multiplications for the matrix A into B, where A is of order M by P and B is of order P by N. Now from the order of matrices A and B, one can conclude that the matrix product AB exists. Now consider the matrix product AB, where A is a matrix of order M by B and B is a matrix of order P by N. Now to take the product of these two matrices, we have to multiply A11 into B11. This is our first multiplication. Then you have to multiply A12 with B21. This is the second multiplication and so on. The last multiplication is A1P into BP1. Now here we observe that the first row of A contain P elements and first column of B also contains P elements and we are multiplying element by element. So therefore to obtain the first element we required P multiplications. So that is A11 into B11. This is first. A12 into B21. This is second multiplication and so on. Pth element is A1P. Its multiplication is with BP1. So therefore we get P multiplications for the first element of AB. Now, the order of AB is m by n, that is outer dimensions of A and B. As the order of AB is m by n, that means AB contains m into n elements. Now, from the above, we know that to calculate one element of AB, we require p elements, and therefore, to calculate all the elements of AB, that is mn elements of AB, we need mnp multiplications. And from this, now we consider the one formula to find out the number of multiplications for the matrices A and B of order m by p and B is of order p by n. So the formula is, if A is a matrix of order m by p and B is a matrix of order p by n, then number of multiplications to compute AB are, it's a multiplication of number of rows in A into number of columns in A or rows in B into number of columns in B. Now we will use this formula to find out the minimum number of multiplications involved in computing the matrix product PQR. So here, given that P has 4 rows and 2 columns, Q has 2 rows and 4 columns, and R has 4 rows and 1 column. Now from the associative law of multiplication, we know that PQR can be written as PQ into R is equal to P into bracket QR. Now first to calculate PQR, first we have to calculate PQ and then we have to take the multiplication of PQ and R. Now we find the number of multiplications to calculate in bracket PQ and into R. So now from the previous we know that for the matrices of order m by p and p by n, the number of multiplications required to compute AB is given by m into n into p, where m is number of rows in A, n is number of columns in B, and p is number of columns in A or rows in B. So by using this, to calculate PQ, we need 4 into 2 into 4 is equal to 32 multiplications. And order of PQ is 4 by 4 and order of R is 4 by 1. So therefore to calculate PQ into R, we need 4 into 4 into 1 equal to 16 multiplications. So therefore to calculate PQR, we need 48 multiplications. Now consider to calculate P into QR. To calculate P into QR, first we have to calculate QR and then we have to take the product of P and QR. Now again here we find number of multiplications required to calculate P into QR. Again from the given formula, multiplications required to calculate QR is 2 into 4 into 1, that is equal to 8, and multiplications required to calculate QR is 4 into 2 into 1, that is equal to 8, and therefore for PQR we need 16 multiplications, and thus the minimum number of multiplications are 16. Similarly, one can find the number of additions required to compute PQR for the same example. Now next we consider one more example. Given the matrices capital J is equal to, it's a 3 by 3 matrix, and capital K is equal to 1, 2, minus 1, then the product K transpose JK is equal to. Again here the options are not given. So here again we have to take the product of K transpose J into K. Now for the solution, let us consider K transpose JK is equal to. Now K transpose is nothing but transpose of K and it is a row matrix. So you will get 1, 2, minus 1. Write on the matrix J as it is 3, 2, 1, 2, 4, 2, 1, 2, 6, and matrix K is also as it is. Now to solve this, either we first take multiplication of K transpose into J, or first we take J into K. Here I am going to take multiplication first K transpose into J. So its multiplication we get first row as 6, then we get 8, and then we get -1. By multiplying K transpose and J, we will get 6, 8, -1, and the matrix K is as it is. Now the first matrix is of order 1 by 3. Second matrix is of order 3 by 1. So obviously our answer is in the form of 1 by 1. So multiplying these two matrices, we get answer as 23. So the product of K transpose J into K is equal to 23. It is a matrix of order 1 by 1. Now finally we consider an n by n array. Phi is defined as Pij is equal to I minus j for all 1 less than equal to ij less than or equal to n. Then the sum of elements of the array phi is. Options are given. Option A is 0, option B n minus 1, option C n square minus 3n plus 2, and option D n into bracket n plus 1. Here the matrix is defined in the compact form, and we have to find out the sum of all the elements of the matrix phi. So let us first define the matrix phi. So consider the matrix phi of order n by n as, so it is phi is equal to phi11, phi12, phi13 and so on, phi1n, and the last row is phi n1, phi n2, phi n3 and so on, phi Now here each element is defined and it is given by I minus j. So by using this, the first element of the matrix capital V is obtained by subtracting 1 minus 1. So we will get first element as 0. Now the second element is given by 1 minus 2, that is minus 1. Similarly, third element is 1 minus 3, so we will get minus 2, and so on. Last element is 1 minus n. Similarly, the elements of second row are obtained as 2 minus 1, it is 1, then 2 minus 2 will get 0, 2 minus 3, it is minus 1, and last element is 2 minus n. Continuing in this way, the elements of third row are 2, 1, 0 and so on, 3 minus n, and continuing the elements of last row are n minus 1, n minus 2, n minus 3 and so on, 0. Now this is a given matrix phi of order n by n, and here we have to find sum of all these elements. Now to find the sum of these elements, let us consider sum of elements of phi is equal to phi I, where this phi I represents the diagonal elements, and then add phi ij with phi ji. That is, we have to add phi 1 2 with phi 2 1. If we add in this way, then you will get the sum of elements of the matrix capital Phi. Now here, if you check, all the diagonal elements are 0. So therefore Vii will get 0. Now the matrix is defined Vij is equal to I minus j. So therefore for middle term Vij, one can write it is I minus j. And for the last term Vji, by definition we will get j minus I. And simplifying this, we will get I minus j plus j minus I, and this is equal to 0, and therefore the correct option is option A. So these are the some examples from the previous year GATE question papers. Now in the next video, we will discuss determinant, adjoint of matrix and inverse of matrix. For more videos, please subscribe my YouTube channel Desai's GATE Engineering Mathematics. Thanks for watching.